Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Up podcast. Today, I'm going to be talking about this new poll that recently came out of the state of New York, which has Biden up on Trump by only 9 points. We're going to talk about how that affects the 2024 presidential race. Now, before we get into the video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with a friend to get the channel up on the algorithm. And without further ado, here we go. So pretty much, if you look at this poll, right, Biden's at 46% with Donald Trump at 37% in the voting. And if you look, when you add the third party votes, Trump is only down by 7 points against Biden in the state of New York, with the generic ballot being only D+12, with Trump actually outrunning the generic ballot in this poll, which is very, very interesting. As you can see here, the headline says Biden with the worst favorability ever, and job approval ratings leads Trump 46 to 37%, and only 7 points if RFK and West are on the ballot. 52% of Dems want party to nominate someone else than Biden in 2024. And if you look at the sample, it is a D48, R22, I27, meaning that there are way more Democrats in this poll than Republicans. Now, again, Trump is not even in the 40s in this poll, so do I expect Trump to only lose New York by 9 points? I don't think so. I think he'll lose it by about anywhere between 15 to 20 points. But if you're really taking that into perspective, if he's really only losing New York by about 15 points, that means he's poised to win in the state of Wisconsin. That means he's got a shot in Pennsylvania, has the bag in Nevada, more than likely if he's only losing New York by that amount, which would already get him to 270 electoral votes. That is the main point I'm trying to make here, is that if he's only losing New York by about 15 points or less, he pretty much has the election pretty much locked up at that point. I mean, there's really not a lot else to look at here. I mean, if you look at Biden, even with the third parties, he's doing even worse with a D+7. If the third parties, kind of go to this full of an extent, I can see Trump actually only losing it by about 10, somewhere around there, which would put Biden in jeopardy, because if the base is in New York and like these big populated areas in the Northeast, and if California is closer and Illinois is competitive, not necessarily competitive, but is a little bit closer, you can see a scenario where Donald Trump comes in here and wins several of these states and has a big electoral college victory at that point. That's only if, the state of New York is within a certain reach. However, Republicans cannot become complacent because of that poll, because again, here's the thing. In 2022, the state of New York did shift massively to the left, or to the right, and actually Lee Zeldin is the reason why we have a House majority, as of right now, because certain Republican seats were able to get picked up with the coattails of Lee Zeldin as the Republican candidate fueling those races. And even besides that, Pennsylvania did go blue in 2022. Michigan did. Minnesota did. Wisconsin did not, but Georgia did as well. Arizona, and you could make the case for Nevada, but I guess for the sake of mirroring the midterms, you could say that it would have gone red hypothetically, and Virginia and New Hampshire did as well. So Republicans cannot become complacent just because the poll is looking good for Donald Trump, especially that he's not even cracking 40% in this poll. If he was cracking 45%, I would be like, okay, we can be a little bit more optimistic. However, even though this is a good poll for Trump, like he's never polled this close in Biden and New York, I still think that Republicans should be a little bit cautious, because 37% is roughly what Trump got in the state in 2020. So it's really Biden's support dipping and not necessarily Trump's. Now, again, I'm sure Trump has become more popular in the state of New York recently, but I just don't see how he would even get about 45% of the vote as of right now. So that's pretty much all I wanted to comment on. I just kind of wanted to go over this poll and really just talk about it and make sure people really understand both sides of the coin. And so I hope you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with a friend. And you guys take care and have a good rest of your day. I think that